So yesterday we reacted to Emanny on the Joe Budden podcast and Joe Budden and them basically talking out the side of they you know what. And it's too early in the video to be cussing. Now, Punch came out and spoke on this, but also Emanny has found himself fighting for his life on X, defending that BS that he said, because he knows deep down that was BS. And usually I wouldn't label all critique as hating, but that what he was saying sounded like hate. And some people said Joe was hating on some of his statements. I wouldn't go that far with Joe's statements. Honestly, I think half of it was jokingly, but who knows? Who knows, right? Emanny said though, they got some hate in their heart about that. I don't care what nobody say, and you always gotta qualify and say, but I did like this or I did like that. But I'm just saying though. When somebody say, no, but I'm just saying though. They hate it. But let's get right into the video.
Now, it does not stop there. On the same Patreon episode, Joe and the guys also added Kendrick Lamar to the list of people who fuck up R&B songs.
Well, while you on the list of people that fuck up the R&B feature, I would like to add another name for your consideration.
I ain't even hear this part of the clip of that they posted. Damn, they said Kendrick messing up I can't think of an R&B joint that he was on that I didn't think he fit. Yeah, they definitely hate.
Well, while you on the list of people that fuck up the R&B feature, I would like to add another name for your consideration. Kendrick Lamar. Think about it.
I like Kendrick on Autumn Leaves, even though I understand the people that don't.
It's how many drinks?
How many drinks?
Miguel.
How many drinks?
He was on that.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you
on how many
I
drinks?
remember that verse.
He shouldn't have been on how many drinks.
Yeah.
That's not worse than the J. Cole verse on the Miguel record. Or was that Miguel?
Fox's
J. Cole record.
They've had
They got a few collabs.
Dick like a foot up in your mouth shit is.
I like that verse. I mean, it was a little vulgar. It was kind of crazy, but I like that verse that J. Cole spit on that. I don't know what they talking about.
That's one of the worst things I've ever heard of R&B record.
Now, this critique has sparked a lot of conversation and controversy online. Somebody said, yo, it's so funny seeing the bots find out in real time that Joe never liked Kendrick and only acted like he did so Drake could lose the battle. Somebody else.
I don't believe that. I don't think Joe has any issue with Kendrick. I think Joe likes Kendrick. I think he probably has a pretty good professional relationship with him. But I also think Joe is more concerned about clicks and views. And so a lot of his comments can go either way based on that. But I don't agree that Joe don't like Kendrick. I don't think he likes Drake. That's for sure. I think that's already been established.
Said Joe only shifted to Kendrick because Doechii came out like, yo, what's good? He had to stop greasy talking her and go back to Kendrick. Another fan posted this clip from last year of Joe saying that he wants to get a hug from Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar. The universe is going to bring us together.
You want that hug so bad.
Because I believe in the power of the universe. I was supposed to just go to the pop-out show like you did and get my hug. I need this transfer.
And they posed a question asking, yo, is Joe upset because he never got his hug from Kendrick? Now,
He might be.
The president of TDE, Punch TDE himself, had to come out and weigh in on the recent hate towards Kendrick and his camp. Punch posted this dialogue he had with somebody from his camp or somebody close to him. The name of the person is redacted. You guys can fill in the blanks on who you guys think this is. I think this is Kendrick, but I could be wrong. Punch asked the person, yo, like, when did y'all become so hated? The person who shall not be named said, yo, if you keep winning, you see it. Then Punch says, I see. Now, again, I posed this question to you guys earlier in the video. What can we consider as fair critique and what can we consider as hating? GNX, the album, was ineligible last year for a Grammy. Those Grammys he won this year were for Not Like Us. So obviously for next year, if Kendrick Lamar's GNX is up against other albums and people feel like the quality of GNX is still better than other albums, I'm sure Kendrick Lamar is not going to turn down any Grammy wins. It's not my fault that I Kendrick put out this amazing
Yeah,
song,
exactly.
Not Like Us, that changed the landscape of music last year. There's a lot of people that's still playing records from GNX till this day. And there's also people out there that have no clue Chance the Rapper put out an album this year. I think when you use the term Grammy darling, it kind of takes away from the work and quality of music that Kendrick put into GNX.
It ain't kinda, it does. And I'm gonna tell you what else makes it look like hating though, is when you will champion and loud and all of that and cheerlead for somebody like Drake, who's put out his fast food music for the last umpteen years, you know, and then when he gets washed in the battle and it's shown that a lot of this really wasn't even him and he can't repeat it. When you champion that after seeing like the result of the person who actually did this to him, and you can't at the same time champion the fact that here's a man who's had and I'm talking about Kendrick now, who's had not only had a strong career, but who can move in and out how he wants, when he wants. Every time he jumps back in, it's impactful. And so it's one thing to say, oh, Drake been on top for this amount of time, but look what he had to do to hold on to that for as long as he did. Not only did he had to put out music at an insane rate, he had to do it in a assembly line fashion where it ain't even about creativity no more. It's about finding who we can that can write for us, that can put together shit, get these reference tracks. We got to get this music out, make these songs, make these hits, right? That's the point it got to. But now you can't sit and champion, oh man, how great is it that a guy, or how great is this guy who, yeah, he disappears, but every time he comes out, every time he drops something, it's impactful. And yeah, while everybody might not rock with certain aspects or certain songs or certain parts of the record all the way and this and that, you can't deny, like, what other artists can you name that can go away for that long, come back and still do something like what, not only win a rap battle, but make a song during that rap battle that got these niggas fucking grinding their teeth right now? That's something that should be talked about more. The fact that these niggas cried for 2-3 years about Kendrick not dropping. He gets taunted, comes out and drop, beat the shit out of fucking Drake, got his whole fan base fucking crying almost 2 years later, wins multiple awards off of it. It's crazy. Emmy Awards, all that, drops a crazy album, and y'all got the fucking nerve to like down talk it and shit on it, talking about can we be honest, this ain't really, it ain't what he said, it ain't what we thought it was, or some shit like that. Like, if you look at what Kendrick's been doing throughout his whole career and what he did over these last couple years or so, name me another rapper that would have been able to do that. And you're a fucking lie if you think Drake can do anything near that, bro. But y'all allowed this fucking and champion this fucking McDonald's music that been put out over the last 15 years, but can't even take a second to say, hey man, can we appreciate that this dude goes and comes as he pleases, but every time he comes back, it's something impactful. It's something that we talk about. It's something that resonates with people. It's something that people get. It's substantive. It's substantive. Like, they full of shit, man. But let's go on over here and see what Emanny is fighting with. Let's go over here and check out Emanny, because he might be having a hard time. Let's check it out. All right, so Emanny say, when I championed Kendrick for his wins, I was cool. When I gave honest opinion on how the album aged for me, I'm hating. All right, so first thing, he didn't save me. See, this is where these niggas be losing credibility. This is where these niggas be losing credibility. Like, we ain't got the fucking tapes. You didn't say me, nigga. You said us. Can we? You using we's and us's and shit. You ain't using personal pronouns. You niggas just appreciate yes men and hate real thoughts. I'll never compromise my real thoughts or feelings that be considered cool to y'all. See? Then you want to try to flip the script and make it seem like it's the other people. No. You're being disingenuous. You and outright lying. So this whooping feet, he's always on here, Kendrick fan. He said, you said it aged bad, but didn't explain how, because it's a year old and still getting 30 times more streams than Chance's album that came out 2 months ago. It's on a worldwide stadium tour and people still remixing the songs and it's being played every day. What age bad? It's just that it's been out a year and you listen to the new music, which comes out every Friday. Just say you listen to the new music. You don't have to try to make up propaganda to prop up the artist that came on your show, because Champ's album aged bad the second week after it was released. Damn. No, but the sentiment in this comment is definitely for certain. Like, you could have said you feeling Chance's album without saying Kendrick's album GNX aged badly, because it didn't. It didn't. And then again, he didn't say I. He said we, nigga. Can we be honest? No. Look, and this person said the same thing. You said we. Everybody don't feel like that. It's a year old and it's still charting. The album is amazing, and if he wins, he deserves it. He won an Emmy off his Super Bowl performance, mostly GNX songs. This is hip hop. It's competition. Let these artists compete. And that's like the main factor right there. Like, nigga, this ain't a motherfucking Kumbaya circle. Like, what the fuck, y'all want some sort of circle jerk or something? Like, man, we here to compete. I'm here for my career. I'm not here to give shit away. Now, I will say this, and one of y'all said this in the comments. We both share the same sentiment that if the Clips won, Kendrick, I think part of Kendrick would prefer for them to win because he fucks with them like that. So I think Kendrick's at the point like, look, if I win, I win. I deserve it. But if I would rather have anybody win over me, it would be the Clips. So I think genuinely he would rather see the Clips win over him. But that would be the only ones. But let's make no mistake about it either. That's not to say that they would deserve it necessarily more than him, because he puts in the work as well. But that's just because of their relationship. So this person said, also, yes, you champion him for his wins, but the GNX age bad take coming right after, I'm tired of the Kendrick headlines take, makes it seems like your takes aren't about the music, but person and brand. Nah. I think y'all just have recency bias. GNX carried hip hop solely from November 2024 to July 2025, 8 whole months. The album that y'all are saying should be awarded over GNX hasn't even had time to age. Clip's album came out only 3 months ago, and Chance's album came out 2 months ago. Of course, you listening to those albums more than the album that's a year old. It's so crazy to bring up age as a factor. The issue is y'all want to see people do good. Y'all just don't want them to be great. Oh my goodness, ain't that the truth? This man took 5 years off. Y'all complain, and every time he pops out, he takes the air out of the room for everybody else, and y'all hate that. So nah, I hope he stays on y'all next and keep winning. And look, this comment right here gets the motherfucking award, man. Because I ain't even read this shit. And this is exactly what I just said, like not a couple minutes ago. This fucking comment right here. These niggas complain and whine and cry about how he ain't this and he disappeared and he ain't present. And then every time he comes out, he does something big and they hate it. And then that's what makes it come off as hating. Because you just can't give a straight up genuine comment. There always got to be a but check this out and but this and never just a man. Look, I got to give credit to the brother because he's one of the only rappers in history that can take these long ass breaks and come back, not only be relevant, but be great. Not only make a good song, but be great, bro. Like, that's what make the shit sound crazy. Hating is speaking negatively on someone, something for no apparent reason, and trying to take away its worth or impact, all because you have someone something that you prefer to be better. That's exactly what you did to Kendrick Lamar's album GNX. Instead of just saying Chance's album is your choice, you decided to speak down on GNX to push your weak ass stance on Chance's album to get a Grammy award. Goofy, we don't respect that, and you ain't a real one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. No, he out of pocket for that comment. Those comments was out of pocket. That album's not aging poorly. And going through those comments just now was my first time going through those comments, because when I seen the post, I said, I'm going to wait until I start making the video to see what the comments say. So a lot of them saying the same things I said, saying the same things a lot of y'all been saying in the comments. And this is what comes off as hate, because you have no reason to say that. And again, I'm going to say this one more time before I close this up. If for those who want to champion Drake's run, it's warranted, right? Nothing else like it have we seen. It took a lot, and it took a lot of fraudulent bullshit. Let's just be honest. It took a lot of fraudulent. And we got to say fraudulent because he presented it like it was something that it wasn't. He presented it in a way that it wasn't. And behind the scenes, other things was happening that's coming out now. So all that shit got asterisks around it, right? But then you can't show what Kendrick has done deserves even more reverence, deserves even more respect, deserves to be talked about even more. If you want to study something, study how a fucking guy can come in and out of hip hop when he want and make splashes bigger than the biggest names in hip hop at the time and make the biggest look like a fucking idiot. They don't want to talk about that though. And it's right, like the one person said, man, y'all don't want to see a motherfucker be great. Y'all just want to see him do well. But as soon as they start doing better than you or doing something that you either couldn't do in your career or can't do or better than your favorite person now, it got to be a but. It got to be this. It got to be that. And y'all never focus on the fucking accomplishments. So it's a bunch of bullshit, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.